Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CSL here on the C-Star League Twitch channel. It's Wednesday night. That means it is time for Rocket League, but a little bit of a mix-up here as the playoffs, they have unfortunately been postponed until a further date, until when it is safe and reasonable for us to continue the playoffs. Those will get back underway, but tonight, Vitali, we've got a couple of show matches to keep the Rocket League action flowing.
Yep, we do. Thankfully, I'm back this week. We were missing me a little bit last week, but I am now back. I was dealing with being very sick, but I'm excited for tonight. There's one series in particular that I got my eyes on. I wonder if you could take a guess and see what series that is, but I'm excited for this series tonight.
Well, the first one going to be Nazareth versus WVU PSC, which should be a bit of an exciting one. Nazareth, actually one of the newer schools to the C-Star League, Vitali, so we get to see them in their kind of debut here on the stream, so that'll be a lot of fun to watch. A little bit later on, we've got Kentucky versus Northeastern, and then OU Crimson versus Ohio State. So a couple of good matchups tonight. Again, just a couple of show matches as the playoffs have been indefinitely postponed due to, of course, the situation going on all over the world right now. But yeah, it looks like we've almost got teams ready to go. And again, this is going to be a kind of a first look at this Nazareth team. What do you expect from them, or really what should they expect from themselves here?
I'm not really sure. I don't really know any of these players on the field personally, but there's definitely a possibility that this team comes out and absolutely plays ridiculously well. I mean, for your first time on stream, you just want to play like that. First game is going to be tough. If obviously if it is their first time on stream, it might be. If it isn't, then my mistake. But if it is their first time on stream, you just want to get that first game over with, get the nerves over with, because I think that's the biggest thing is whenever you're playing on stream, you get those nerves because you get people watching you. So just getting those nerves out of the way as fast as you can is going to be the biggest thing in this series.
Well, we are underway with game number one of this show match best of 5 PSC in blue. Goal Food best year 1939 and Dombo, as this one's going to bounce in front of that blue goal. For the orange side, it is Nazareth, High Squared, Shrek, and Astori. This one's going to bounce out in front. Shrek is going to play that one away. That's Goal Food trying to pinch that along the sidewall. Here comes Dombo. Tries to go over top of High Squared. Dombo up for it. A little bit of a redirect towards the front. Goal Food tries to play that one in front. Not quite able to make that play. And the clear is there. So, bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a slow start, but a bit of a non-action-packed start, if you will. Both teams just trying to get their rotations down. That's a good demo. Actually, 2 demos on the orange side. Might open up some spaces. Dombo out towards Gold Food. Will be saved away by Shrek. But yeah, some early pressure here from PSC.
Yeah, there is some early pressure. They're trying to find them on transition, though. Those long clears on net, trying to catch someone out. But you are right. This PSC team finding a couple of opportunities early. That might be a shot on net. It is, but Astri able to clear that one away. That's another plan in the midfield, but no one coming up. Really good demo. I mean, it's gonna get beat to it on in the midfield. Doesn't matter. It's gonna be right back where we started. It's nothing. Really just a midfield game, a ping pong game, if you will.
It most certainly is. We played just over 2 minutes, still 0-0 as Shrek is going to go up and make that touch. And am I the only one who's only a little bit disappointed with Shrek's car choice here? I feel like you're trying to live up to the character of Shrek. You'd want to be in something kind of massive, you know what I mean? Like, where's the Merc? Where's the Grog, man? That would be perfect.
Of course you would want the Grog.
I will always be happy to see a Grog in any form. I feel like I'm the only person who's ever used it.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you could look at any one of Flake's plays in the ROC. Ooh. Yes! But best year, 1939, able to put that one in off a good transition play.
Hey, it's Goal Food feeding the goals. That time too, best year 1939. Solid deflection. It is 1-0 for PSC. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Game number 1. It's going to be tie squared. Going to play this one onward. Goal Food will take that away. Gets by 1. Nearly got around Shrek there as well. Couldn't quite do it. There's a bit of a bump on the orange side, but it does bounce out in front. Dombo smartly able to play it away. Up the sidewall he goes. 1:50 left to go. Still game number 1. Still a 1-goal lead for PSC. It took them just about 3 minutes to open the scoring, but they're maintaining this lead now. See if they hold it till the end of the game. This one's going to fall down in front. Dombo was looking for the stuff. Couldn't quite find it. Goal Food, though, on the rebound. Puts it home 2-0.
Yeah, he's just able to find that Dombo a good touch right into the midfield, and Shrek not getting the touch he needs. Goal Food putting that one into the back of the net. A good job for them to extend this lead in game number 1. It is a feel-out game because these two teams, they probably haven't played each other at all, so coming into this completely new. But a good job for PSC to jump out to a 2-0 lead. And really, it's really felt like since they got that first goal about 3 minutes in, everything's kind of just been under control from them. They haven't given up really any opportunities. That one's going to be another one towards the net. Goal Food going to make it 3-0. And this PSC team just running away with game 1.
A bit of giveaway there by the Nazareth defense. Goal Food all over that one. He'll send home his second of the game, 3-0. 1:07 left to go. 2 goals and an assist for Goal Food here in game number 1. Solid performance from him. Getting involved in all 3 of the blue goals thus far, as game number 1 certainly in PSC's hands. We'll see if Nazareth can come back at least a little bit here in game 1, but certainly got to look forward to the next one. If you're the blue side, as that story going to go over top of defender and one of his own players. They'll try to take this one down the pitch. Gets by 1, but can't find the touch. Here's tie squared. Look for the pass. Not going to be able to find it. Final 30 seconds. Dombo canning set up. Best year. It's down in front. Oh, he takes it himself. Says, I don't need you, teammates. And he puts his first in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's just a good play. I mean, Shrek not getting a touch that he needs, and Dombo able to put that one into the back of the net. And it is 4-0 now. It's PSC team. Yeah, it took a little bit of time to get going, but they really got it going in the last 2 minutes or so. Scoring 4 goals in the last 2 minutes. This might be 5, but Dombo can be cleared away by the defense. But if you're on this Nazareth team, you need to find something quick in this series, Josh. You might be down and out before there's even a chance to come back this best year. trying to put in another one. Unless they could put in another one, and they will. GoFood gonna get, I think that's his hat trick. It is. GoFood getting his hat trick at the end of game 1. That makes it 5-0. Just a good game number 1 from them all around.
A solid performance from PSC. GoFood, as you said, 3 goals, 1 assist. His teammate Dombo, a goal and 3 assists to his name as the stats pop up on your screen there. Well out shooting Nazareth as well. A solid victory for PSC. It took them, like I said, 3 minutes or so to find that first goal. They did not really look back from that. As we're going to head on into game number 2 here in just a moment. Nazareth, again, their first game on stream, kind of to be expected. A little bit of nerves from their players, but we saw a couple of decent opportunities. I just think they just need to work on these transitions out of the zone a little bit more. If they can get the ball into the offensive zone and really start to stick there, start to win those challenges, keep the blue side on their own half, then we could start to see maybe a little bit more of an even matchup.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think that there's a strong chance that if they do work on that transition on, what do you call it? Make sure that they don't get boxed into their own half. As we see tie squared in a white merc. I love it. If they do what they need to do and not get boxed into their own half and capitalize on possessions when they come, they'll be just fine. They will. As that is just, as I said, capitalization as Story makes it 1-0 early.
That's the first goal of the series for Nazareth as well. It comes at a great time. Start of game 2. Bar down beauty. That will put Nazareth out to a 1-0 lead. See if they can continue to work with that. Great way to respond after the 5-0 loss in game 1. That's a bit of a giveaway from Dombo, but Story not really ready for that one. The bounce onward towards Shrek. He'll pop it up now, Dombo. Here's tie squared. No touch. So just rest on the orange side for the moment. 30 seconds gone. Bit of a triple commit there from PSC. Nearly works out, though. Be played away. Now Dombo to rotate forward. This will be pushed all the way across the pitch. GoFood to Dombo. He's going to put that one home top shelf. Looked like it was going to go off the bar, but it doesn't even touch it. 1-1.
Yeah, just a great play there. A really good pass. Apologies. I am still recovering from being sick, but a good pass and a good finish from Dombo. No one up in time. And that, they started out well. Nazareth did, but this PSC team grabs that goal right back. It's exactly what you want to see on the side of PSC. Make sure that they don't start getting comfortable into this. As Dombo's going to try to flick it over. He will. Nice little play from him. It's 2-1.
Yeah, tie squared. Solid idea. He just doesn't get the power on it. Dombo takes it away. Nice little second touch over the defenders. 2 goals for him, and it's a 2-1 game for PSC as we enter the second minute here in game number 2. A lot of 2s right there. I think it's 2s, as there's the second goal for Nazareth as well. Might as well make it 2-2 with, just under 2 minutes gone.
Yeah, I mean, a good play. Just reading that miss clear in the midfield, the Story able to put that one into the back of the net and tie this game up at 2, as you have said. But this Nazareth team, as much as they've had, that was almost a very bad giveaway there, but as much as they've had some giveaways on their side, they've done well in this game of capitalizing on offensive opportunities that they are given and not really allowed a whole ton on the other side. And it's why this game feels a lot closer than game number 1.
The scoreboard certainly helps that notion as well. We are tied at 2. Approaching the 3-minute mark left. We're in game number 2. This is going to be Dombo. Can he play this on? No. Story's going to turn him away. Oh, he gets the bump onto Shrek, which opened the goal for a moment. Ty Squared able to rotate back, make the play. Now Shrek back into the blue zone. Here's Ty Squared off the back wall. No touch from a teammate. As Astori does rotate forward, he ends up getting a shot on. It's Dombo who play the ball away on the goal line. 2:45 left to go. Halftime approaching. Still tied up at 2 as now Ty Squared will do his best to clear it on, and he'll get it all the way back down. Now a bit of a reset for PSC. Let's see what Combo can do. He's in the corner. Astori's going to take it away. This is going to be Ty Squared for the clear. Actually just lets it drop to his teammate. Again, back and forth. Both teams trying to use the corners to their advantage, but there's just not a whole lot of follow-up when the ball gets out to that midfield. It doesn't look like anybody wanting to rotate a bit too aggressively right now.
Yeah, they don't want to give up a bad chance. But that's a good pass in the midfield. Shrek couldn't finish. Oh. No, he's going to put it off the crossbar, but he will. And Story makes it 3-2. A great play from Nazareth.
And this whole play starts because of the pass from Ty Squared to Shrek in midfield. Gets by all 3 of the PSC defenders. It took a couple of extra touches. But Nazareth, they regain the lead 3-2 with 1:59 to go. As Story finishing off the hat trick here in game number 2. Solid performance all around from this Nazareth bunch after dropping game number 1, 5-0. Got the lead. Can they force at least 4 games in this series? We'll just have to find out. No, plenty of time. That's a giveaway. Dombo up for it. Doubles. Good. And that's a hat trick for PSC as well. Dueling hat tricks in this game. 1:36 left to go. We're tied at 3.
Yeah, Ty Squared just not a good pass in the midfield. And Dombo able to take advantage of it and makes it a 3-3 game. And as you said, 1.5 minutes left, and this game has been a lot more back and forth than game number 2 has been. Sorry, game number 1 has been. As it's going to be a free shot, but it's going to go off the post. Unfortunately for PSC, they did have that free chance, but no one able to put it away.
That was the opportunity, certainly to take the lead for the blue side, but unable to find what they were looking for, as that's going to be played all the way back across the pitch. Best year 1939 eyeing that one. It will be Dombo to play it onward. Now Ty Squared. Here's Goldfood to cut that pass off. That's towards the goal. Shrek is there. That'll go off a blue attacker. Now Best year again. Back down into the corner. He's going to try to take this one up. He gets by Ty Squared. Dombo rotating forward. He's turned away by Shrek. Now Goldfood again. Astori in a bit of a tough spot. Looking for pass. 2 whiffs. Best year 1939 will score. And it is PSC up by 1 with 38 to go.
Yeah, and that is not good plays from Nazareth. Unfortunately, one of them probably calling the other one off, and then they just miss. And unfortunately, you got to get a touch on that one in your own half. It doesn't matter who gets it. If you take it away from your teammate, it doesn't matter at that point. As that's another open chance. Dombo is going to put it off the back wall. There's going to be no follow-up from Best Year 1939. But it doesn't matter as Strict gets bumped. And Goldfood is going to put in the 5th one.
That will most likely do it for game number 2. PSC down by a goal a couple of times in this game, battling back. They find themselves up 2 with 23 to go. Well played to the blue side to potentially put themselves up by 2 in the series. Again, best of 5 here in this just for fun show match. You got to say, Nazareth definitely a better performance in game 2 than in game 1. So if that trend of improvement continues, Vitali, we should hopefully see the orange side nab a game and potentially force game 4.
Yeah, that's the hope, right? I mean, they did have a good performance in this game number 2. Sorry, I was just like completely blanking there, but they had a really, really good performance in game number 2. It was literally just that last minute or so where they kind of fell apart on the defensive side. Just a couple of missed touches or non-touches, and then also just some bad plays on the defensive side. But here, I mean, PSC capitalized on it. They did a good job of capitalizing on things that were given to them. So we'll see what happens in game number 3. Is it looks like we're gonna get some subs. Not sure what's going on.
Well, it definitely looks like PSC making full sail changes here in this game number 3, putting in, I think, an entire new squad. I think we're about to see 3 brand new players in this series for PSC, which, you know, I suppose is not technically against the rules, right? I mean, this is just a show match. I suppose they can play whoever they'd like, as there are no set rosters for this. Yeah, that's a full change for PSC. Yeah. So PSC Part 2, Be Like Irving, J-Wiz. Oh no, it's J-Wiz.
That's definitely
it's not J-Wiz, but it's J-Wiz. J-Wiz's body double, we'll say, and Juicy from PSC.
Imposter.
Oh. There will be a good shot in Astori. First on the board here for Nazareth.
Correct, with a good play. Right into the midfield. Astori able to just get up and put that one, bounce it into the net. The defender not really having a good chance doing anything with that. And it's 1-0. And just like game number 2, they got out to another lead. Let's see if, I mean, this is literally this new look PSC going from game 2 to game 3. You know, they're in a series winning, what do you call it?
Situation.
They can, yeah, situation, but they decide to switch the whole team around. I don't know. It seems a little weird. Obviously, it's a for fun show match, so it doesn't really matter that much. But it's a little interesting that you go up 2-0 and then you say, you know what? We're just gonna put the whole new team in, but Be Like Irving gonna dribble that, carry it over that last defender and tie the game at 1.
Yeah, this is just a solid play. Gets by Ty Squared, trying to get up in that van. Can't quite do it. Makes it 1-1. 4:07 to go. Game number 3. PSC in blue again. They have a 2-0 series lead. Trying to finish off this series here if they can. Of course, Nazareth wants to extend. This is going to be Shrek trying to find an angle. I squared, no touch. Now, a little bit. Fire drill there coming out of the zone. Nobody able to really get the ball on goal. Astori actually just going to leave it. Shrek ends up rotating around, gets one touch. Juicy! Oh, he finds the post and in. 2-1 now in favor of PSC.
That's a good shot there. A good 50 just to put that one right into the midfield. And unfortunately, that last defender getting beat. And Juicy, the shooter, able to beat him and put it to the far post. Just inside of that far post. They did a good job of just winning that ball in the midfield and taking a good shot at net, and this defender just not ready for that play. But now, I mean, as we've said, now this is a completely new lineup, but they seem to really not be missing a beat.
Certainly seem to be playing well as Be Like Irving again, with this time with a long-range shot. Beats 2 defenders. I thought there was a save for sure to come out here. That shot just perfectly placed by everybody. That'll make it a 3-1 game.
Yeah, I mean, there was no challenge on the defensive side. They all kind of went back to net, allowing him to have as much space as he wanted, and he put on a perfect shot. And unfortunately, if you're the defense in that spot, I mean, if you just got to tip your cap, he gave him a lot of space and he beat you fair and square. That's just a good play. And now you're down 2-1, or sorry, 3-1, and you're in a spot where you could lose the series at this point.
Not a ton of time left. Still plenty to score those 2 goals, but halftime is just on the horizon now. 2 goals necessary from the orange side. That's a great pass. Tie squared just off the post. Nearly found the redirect. Bring them within 1, but he can't quite put it home. Juicy has to make a touch. I feel like Irving will be able to be there for that play. Now Jay was trying to find the challenge, won't find it. Here's Tie squared nearly. He second touch to get around Juicy, but he can't quite put it on. Shrek trying his best to get there as Story will play it in. Shrek can't get the bump on Jaywiz. Would have most certainly secured that goal for Nazareth. But still, we remain 3-1. There it is. Finally, they score. The pressure working out. I think Ty Squared even mixing it up with the defender as well back at the goal line. Let's take a look. Yeah, Juicy getting bumped out of the way. Great play all around from the orange side.
Yeah, finally someone other than the Story finding the finding this back of the net, and right here Shrek just a good play, and obviously Ty Squared getting that bump on the defender. Not much defender could do after getting bumped at that point, but now there's a lot of time to get one goal as that pitch is right across the crease. Jaywiz unable to follow up in time. Ty Squared getting a flick out of the zone, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be blocked in at midfield. They need to find a goal with 1.5 minutes left. It's quite a bit of time, but you don't want to allow them to get another one.
This is off the back wall as Story rotating forward. Great touch. And again, another yes, he can. Got one final defender to beat, but it's Be Like Irving there to make the play. Clutch defensive play from him. Keeps it a 1-goal game. 1:10 left to go. It's Juicy. No touch from him. Here's Shrek to collect the ball yet again. Jaywiz doesn't find the touch either. Be Like Irving back by himself again. This time he is beat. And Nazareth, they will tie the game 3-3 with 58 to go.
Yeah, Story just reading that perfectly. Shrek just putting that into a good spot, and unfortunately last defender just pushing up a little bit too far. And now we have a tie game. They've come down from 3-1. So we'll see what they can do in the last minute. See if they can get that next goal and force us to go to game 4. Or let's see if they can end this series here as it is. But Ty Squared with the ball looking to extend the series.
This is going to bounce out in front. Here comes Shrek. Small touch. Be Like Irving takes it away from him. Ty Squared luckily back in position. Here's Shrek with the deflection. Nearly got a touch on it. Ty Squared is up for it, and it's saved away by Jaywiz. Great play to keep us tied. 25 seconds to go. And now Shrek trying his best to keep it in. Not quite going to be able to do so. 20 seconds left. This is going to bounce out in front. No problem for Ty Squared, though he gets spun out. As Story now rotating across. Great pass to Shrek. Sizzles one on goal. He scores! Nazareth 4-3, 10 seconds to go.
They just find that. Astri almost getting demoed. And unfortunately, that defense just couldn't get to it. A good pass in the midfield, a good finish. Not towards net, just unfortunately wasn't able to be saved. And with 10 seconds left, unless PSC could find something, we'll be going to 4.
That they will. Oh, Juicy! He can't get it by Ty Squared. It's still there. Jaywiz off the wall. Be Like Irving, no touch. And we're headed to game number 4. A very close call. But Nazareth, they hang on. 4-3 final score of game 3.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a good comeback from them. They did a good job of coming back in this game where they were down 3-1 at one point, and they made sure to never give up. Obviously, it was quite a bit of time that they had, but they still played fairly well, and it looks like we might be getting another line of substitutions for this PSC squad.
Will they go back to the first team, or are we going to see PSC Part 3?
I don't know. At this point, it looks like we're seeing.
Oh wait, no, they're trying too fast. No,
it looks like we're seeing the first team again.
Okay, all right. Yep, I thought they joined too early. We're good.
Nope. We're seeing the first team again. So in this point, they're like, you know what? We had we put in the subs. They didn't win first, so we're gonna put you back out there to win the series for us. And hopefully, that's not a tactic that makes them too cold. And it extends this series to 5 because you know this Nazareth team having a bit of confidence after winning that game number 3.
And they did. Now they've got to take down PSC Part 1, at least for this game. We'll see if they are able to do that, who PSC goes with for game number 5. But that is a long way away from now. There's 4.5 minutes. Game number 4. No score on the board quite yet. It's going to be best year 1939 into the corner. Everybody using that one. It will be Ty Squared to chase after it. Back down to the blue side. Has a passing option. Has 2 passing options. He flicks it up. Just a bit too high for his teammates there. Shrek not quite able to rotate in. Now Ty Squared has to hustle back onto the defensive side. Doesn't get the touch. That's Dombo who scores. 1-0 PSC.
Yeah, he just doesn't get the touch he needs. Ty Squared. This ball just rolls up softly up the ramp, and unfortunately for Shrek 3.0, he does jump. He does, but he gets a misread on the ball as well and unable to get a touch, and Dombo just there to put that one into the open net. And that one, that's a good opportunity, but the defender will get back. He's been being harassed. It looked like by his own player, but he got back in time to make a save.
That's underneath everybody. Ty Squared makes the save. Best year hits the post. Nearly a second goal for PSC, but they can't send it home. This is a pass out, but Dombo actually takes it away from Goal Food. Best year 1939 will play it all the way back down. Now Goal Food, a pass back towards Dombo. We'll send it back into the zone. Here's Goal Food, back wall. Dombo's there, just wide. Buzzing now, PSC. Trying to trap Nazareth in their own zone. That's going to be best year underneath. Bit of a double commit, but Ty Squared. He's got a touch. No, it's Dombo to take it away. Story will rotate forward. Make the touch out of harm's way. Gets a follow-up one as well, but best year just able to get there as Tori now towards Ty Squared, but he can't put it home. And it will stay 1-0 for PSC.
Yeah, and PSC just doing a good job of not allowing these opportunities to really build up. It's Ty Squared having to make a good touch. Nobody hits the ball on that. And another double commit from this Nazareth team, and they just seem to be double committing left and right all over the places. That's going to be a shot towards net. Cleared away by Goal Food. Now Dombo. They try to take control of this ball in the air. Gets under one. Goal Food trying to win that 50, but Ty Squared going to put that one down. And this PSC team is doing a good job. Obviously, this is their main team, so we're seeing exactly why they are that first team. But if you're in Nazareth, you just got to find goals. You got to find them now. You can't allow them to get another goal and break away from this team.
It is still only 1 goal a game. 1:50 left to go. Nazareth still looking for their first of the game. Tie things up as that's going to be Tori back into the blue zone. Dombo to clear. That's by everyone. Goal Food, the touchdown. Dombo not able to put that on net. Close call for PSC. They're unable to make it work. Now as Tori, he snipes the corner. Beauty. 1-1, 1:27 left to go.
He just snuck that one into that bottom corner. A great shot from him, Dombo. Not able to get to it. Caught him a little bit too far forward. And just a good play from them. And now it's 1-1 with 1.5 minutes left. There's quite a bit of time for either team to really take control of this one. But if you're on the side of PSC, you want to lock things down. Lock things down now so we don't go to game 5.
One bouncing out through midfield. Ty Squared takes it away. Shrek is up for it. He's not going to be able to put a touch on goal. This will start the offense for Nazareth. 65 seconds left to go. Still tied at 1 here in game number 4. Great move from Goal Food. He's got a one-on-one with Shrek. Wins that one as Tori gets demoed and he scores. It wasn't a demo for Goal Food. He ends up getting demoed, but it's enough anyway. Vitali just getting in the way of the defender. The bump is perfect. 2-1.
And, so there's some things that don't make sense to me. You flip into someone, you demo someone, but you end up getting pushed away. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it doesn't matter. That was almost a beautiful redirect. This Nazareth team almost finding that equalizing goal as quickly as they went down. Now they have to find something. As that's a shot towards net. Off the post. But cleared away. With 30 seconds left, they need to find the goal.
They're going to push into the zone. Shrek is there trying to find a passing play out in front. It's pinched across. As Tori couldn't quite get there in time. 22 seconds left. Dombo out of the corner. Here's Shrek. No touch. 15 seconds now. Demo onto Dombo as Tori will play it off the sidewall. Here's Ty Square to play it forward. 10 seconds left. Dombo, corner wall. Shrek is there. He's passing it out towards Astori, but Dombo wins the challenge, puts it home, and PSC win the series.
Yep, they do. Just a good play there, Shrek. Not the best of touches, Dombo. Reading it perfectly. And that one's going to be into the back of the net to secure this series. And they did a good job. They really did. Game was taken from this PSC team, but doesn't matter. Best year 1939, gotta put in another one to make it 4-1, kind of blow the score line a little bit, but they did a good job in this series. They made sure to really control things. Even when the subs came in, it was still a close game. We only lost by 1 goal, so just the quality of players that this team has is pretty outstanding.
And again, I feel like it was a fairly good showing for Nazareth. Again, it was kind of our first look at a team that's newer to the C-Star League. So, certainly some potential in that squad. A lot of solid plays, but unfortunately they do fall short. 3-1 here in this show match to West Virginia University PSC. And that really is going to do it for our first series of the night. We do have Kentucky and Northeastern coming up next. A little bit later after that, OU Crimson versus Iowa State. Yes, Iowa State. So a couple more show matches for you all to look forward to tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a very short break. And please be here when we come back.
brightest of the sky. Hello, hello. Is it you that's brought me here tonight? I can hear you somehow, calling out my name on and on. It moves me like a drum. Never losing hope now, keeping up the faith. I know there'll be a day where I will find love where I belong. In love where I belong.
A big thank you to one of our sponsors for this season, GameStop. GameStop is partnering with CSL in 2019-2020 to activate collegiate esports tournaments online and in person. Visit www.gamestop.com/esports for more details about their GameStop Performance Center gaming clinics. GSPC gaming clinics are free for all players. They give you an insider look at how the players you love to watch dominate the games you love to play. But it is time. More Rocket League. Hunted and Vitali on the broadcast here with you. Kentucky and Northeastern here, Vitali, and this should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I know these one. I know this one team pretty familiarly. But the other team's pretty good. Actually, this one team almost qualified for CRL in this past spring. I mean, they've got Skies, who's a pretty solid player, and Matt is a pretty solid player as well. So they come into this. This show match should be pretty good. Should be pretty quality between these two teams.
And interestingly enough, too, I have had the pleasure of watching Kentucky play in the Tennessee Rocket League scene as well. Granted, you know, it is the University of Kentucky, but, you know, they still get in on that Tennessee action. And, yeah, this should be a pretty fun one. Have certainly had my fair share of Con, Matt, and Skies, who are in blue for Kentucky. But we have watched Northeastern a couple of times here on the C-Star League stream, which is where you're at, in case you were wondering. Northeastern, Saucy Synthex, Floms, and Palpedes. Game number 1 underway. This is going to be Peebs. He'll collect that ball, looking for Floms across the way. This will be Floms, the second touch. Beauty. Northeastern on the board.
And you can tell that this series is a lot quicker compared to the last one. Floms reading that one off that back wall. Unfortunately, that player on the back wall just not making the touch. And Northeastern getting out to a good start. They've had some issues with starting out strong in the past, so it's a good job of them really taking things to Kentucky here in this one.
Great start. This will be Skies. Which, you know, Vitali, I mean, we're getting kind of on in Rocket League, right? I mean, we're, what, almost 5 years old in Rocket League now? I mean, Skies, if you are an old school fan of Rocket League, you should certainly recognize Skies. I mean, you can see him with that ESL Monthly Elite title. He's been one of the top players in the scene for quite a while, but a lot of these players just recently have started to come on the radar through CRL and such like that. Northeastern not really making it to that level quite yet, but you can tell there's a lot of potential with both teams.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Northeastern, they won season 1, right? Like, Floms is still the old guard. He's still the guy that's been around for a long time. But new players coming up, obviously, they, you know, Synthex and Pal Peebs. Oh, is that giveaway? And Pal Peebs gonna put in the second one. Northeastern off and running.
Goodness me, a misplay there. Matt trying to hand it off to Skies. The play blows up in their face. And I was just about to mention Flom's repping that CRL Season 1 champion title. That is probably one of the more rare titles you'll ever see on a broadcast. As, again, a lot of these names should be known to people who have followed the CRL for a while, but again, quality Rocket League programs at both schools, both at Kentucky and Northeastern. Expect to see them at the highest level here very shortly, as that is a great pass looking for Syntax. Nearly found him. 2-0 for Northeastern, seriously taking this one to Kentucky. So that's going to be a good pass down to Khan. He can't find it. Floms tries to direct it onward. Syntax now, small touch. Skies will play it forward. 2-0, 2:35 left to go. That's a great play from Khan. Oh, I thought Matt got a piece. He did not. That's a shot from Khan in, 2-1.
That's just a fantastic play. Matt right into the midfield. Khan beating his man to the ball. Syntax not reading it well. I mean, that's hard to read. Really, off that corner, that's a tough read and for any player to make. And Northeastern doing a good job. I mean, they are only, their lead got cut in half, but at this point, Kentucky is still, it feels like Kentucky's still scrambling a little bit and not really sure of what to do. Is that's just a long clear. It's giving away possession, but Flom's not with the greatest touch. Matt just putting it wide. That was the chance to tie the game, but just flubbed on it a little bit.
A bit too strong from Matt. Didn't quite knock it home. It'll keep it 2-1. 2 minutes to go. Moves up in the air, gets around Matt. Ooh, the very rare sidewall rule one. You don't see that very often. They'll go ahead and figure that out. They're going to work that. It'll be 2-on-2 for a little bit. Syntax trying to play that towards the back wall. Skies no touch. Here's Floms up in the air. Does he have the read? Of course he does. 3-1 NEU.
Yeah, and they're really good read here from Floms. You know, if you've seen him around for quite a while, you know he's going to hit shots like that, and it makes it 3-1. This Northeastern team, they've done a really good job of keeping Kentucky locked really into their own half in this game. Number one is Syntax. And Pal Pete's go for that one. But it not kind of matter as Kentucky double commit as well. They're just kind of, everything just kind of negates, and we wait things out for a second.
This is up. The Khan slam back down. Peeps patiently out of in front of his own goal, though it will be Skies to take over. Minute 15 to go. Does he have the follow-up? No. Just out of his reach. Tried to play that hard off the ceiling. Nearly got it to go. That's Floms towards Khan. Now Khan to Skies. Peeves not able to make the touch. This will come all the way down. Oh, just off the crossbar. Floms able to clear it away. 60 seconds. All that remains here in game number one. And outside of that bit of a giveaway goal from Kentucky, the defense has been solid for the most part. It's just that NEU, they've found opportunities and they have capitalized on them greatly. Yeah,
and I mean, it's not really all of NEU, it's Floms. Floms has really done well on shooting when he needs to, but they have done well at creating the opportunities for Floms to shoot. And I think that that's how they're going to win this series, is allowing Floms to shoot, because he's a fantastic shooter. So letting him take shots at, you know, crowded nets is going to be their biggest strong suit. Is Khan just getting caught out of position from this flick from Floms.
Yeah, you can see Kentucky, they wanted to rotate forward, but Khan was in probably the worst possible position he could have been in. Not back far enough to make the play, not nearly close enough to challenge, and Northeastern, they will take care of business. 4-1. Game number one, final 5 seconds. Assuming the score stays the same here, it will get saved by Matt to keep it that way. But Northeastern, solid performance here in game one. Really taking it to Kentucky, who, again, they've looked a little bit shaky so far. Again, I still think their defense has done well. I mean, again, outside of the that giveaway goal and the kind of that last goal. Other than those 2 goals, the other ones have been, pretty well earned from Northeastern. It feels like Kentucky a little bit slow to transition into offense.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And they just kind of feel out of sorts. As I said, I think earlier on in this game, they kind of feel just all over the place and really not sure what they want to do on the defensive side of the ball. On offense, they seem a lot more well put together, but Northeastern was shutting pretty much everything down on that defensive side. So they just got to they got to make sure that they don't double commit and don't give the ball away as much as they did in game number 1. They'll be just fine going into the series.
Well, we're headed into game 2. We'll see if Kentucky's got what it takes to respond. Try to tie things up. With Synthex, bit of a giveaway. Khan's going to rotate forward, looking for a shot, and it is a bit high. Though the double commit going to pull everybody out of goal. That is a free and open goal. Kentucky will score it. It's Matt who gets the assist. But Skies and Matt combined perfectly to make that play.
Skies with the confirm. Definitely wasn't a steal. We don't call it that here. But yeah, a double commit out of Northeastern, and that's exactly what you don't want to see out of this team. If they're not double committing, they're doing just fine. But if they're double committing and all over each other, it's going to be a rough day at the office. That's a good pass. Synthex, but unfortunately, Top Peeps unable to get it around that last defender. That's another play that you really don't want to see, just a pass into the midfield, but ends up working out.
Nearly a 3-man passing play.
What a
Peebs all the way down. He'll score. As you said, just winning that challenge. It's all it takes for Northeastern, as everybody on Kentucky just a bit too far ahead of themselves there. Not much more to say about that one. It didn't even count as a shot for Peebs. He's got to go with no shots.
He's just that good, I guess.
So there you go. Goal on the board for Northeastern before they put their first shot on. So will be Synthex trying to do just that. There's Khan over towards Matt. He's got Skies in mid, and we'll find him. It's just wide. Flams will pick it up in transition. One-on-one with Khan. Tries to get it around. Synthex was there. And Kentucky, solid defensive work. Here's Khan again. Can he get this one out of the corner? Not quite. Matt's going to try his luck, and Synthex will win that one as well. Now Flams, no touch. Perfect opportunity for Skies. Backwalling out Khan. The great dunk. Just no follow-up. The ball bounces a little bit too hard off that ceiling. Guys, you got a flip reset there. Try to pinch it off the ground. Can't quite get it done. Still 1-1. 3 minutes and some change remaining here in game number 2. As there is Flams with a solid clear. But right now, it feels like Kentucky, a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, it really does. This Northeastern team not really able to break out of their own half. Peebs, another good challenge in midfield, but guys, we'll just wait out the challenges and bring it down to that Northeastern side. But unfortunately, a miss. Synthex going to put it off the back wall. He's going to hit the double. And that is a beautiful shot. And that's a goal explosion.
That's got to be one of the new ones. I've never seen that one.
That's pretty.
That's
like
definitely
it.
a new one.
I love it. Okay, well then, Synthex putting them up by 1, and we get to see a new goal explosion. How about that?
There you go. New rocket pass. Might as well start out the rocket pass while we're here.
Yep.
But as much as we'd like to admire said goal explosion, honestly, that goal started because Kentucky got caught out of position again. You saw all 3 players down in the orange half, and the ball just gets run back to their side. There's nobody there, and it's a free and clear double touch off that back wall as Khan makes a great save to keep it 2-1. But it's so very bizarre as Skies will bang that off the crossbar that Kentucky can be in great position 1 minute and then just horrendous positioning the next.
It feels like they just get too ahead of themselves. They get into that classic like ranked mindset where you're pushing up too far because you have so much confidence in that your teammate's gonna win that challenge or to win those challenges, but when he doesn't, you're completely out of position. There's no one back. They just feel like they're too eager to push on the offense, and it gets them caught out quite a few times. Got them caught on that double tap. It's gotten them caught out a few times in game number 1 as well, and they just have to realize that sometimes they won't win that challenge in midfield, and just relax a little bit.
Pushing the envelope here yet again. So they most certainly need to. With 65 seconds left to go, that is a great clear. Matt doesn't get the touch. Goodness me, Northeastern score a relatively innocent play, but I mean, that clear gave Matt all kinds of fits.
Man, that is just not a good miss. If you're on the side of Kentucky, you have to get a touch on that one. Sorry, not get a miss. You already missed that. I don't want to bring that one in, but you really do need to get a touch on that one. That's a good play in the midfield, but no one there to follow up, and it seems like they're either too willing to push up forward or too scared to push up, and it's costing them big time in these chances on new offense and defense.
35 seconds left. Plums across the blue box yet again. There's the demo onto Skies. Con will play it into the corner. This will bounce out. Peebs. Now Matt. Back wall. Skies is there. Back wall again. Follow-up touch. Syntax will find the clear. Nice little pop over the top. 15 seconds left. Con gets it by Flams. They need to score one here to give themselves a chance in game 2. Great pass from Con, but nobody's in a shooting position. And Matt will send it wide. That's going to do it for game 2. Northeastern, they'll take a 2-0 series lead. Kentucky, a whole lot of issues to solve as we head to game number 3.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just, they seem too eager. As I said, they seem either too eager to push up or not eager enough. Like, I'm describing it really weird. It doesn't seem to make sense, but they're playing the game so weird. I don't understand why they're doing the things that they're doing.
Well, I mean, the only way for us really to know is to ask one of them, and unfortunately, we can't quite do that as we're heading into game 3. But it certainly does feel like Kentucky, they're putting the pieces. You know, obviously Rocket League is kind of like a puzzle, right? You got to fit all the pieces together. It's like they're almost there. There's one piece missing, and they can't quite seem to put it there. And if they can make it work here in game 3, as this is dangerous, Matt. That's Flams back in the net. Northeastern on the board. And that's not what you want to see to start things off. A whiff, and you know, Matt's stuck in a pretty tough spot, but you got to get a better touch than that.
I mean, a miss of not a good touch, and then another miss, and that's a goal. Flams is going to capitalize every day of the week, and when I thought, the series, it felt like it was going to be a lot closer. This Kentucky team is really falling apart in this last game and a half or so. But there still is a lot of time. Don't get me wrong. There still is a lot of time for them to come back in the series and really start going at 100%.
Most definitely is. Only 30 seconds have been played here in game number 3. It is a 1-0 lead, however, for Northeastern. Trying to make it 2 now is Peeves. He's looking for Syntax across the way, but no passing option was there. It will be Skies all the way down. Peeves going to cut that off before Matt gets a chance at it. And Plums touching it back through mid. Con gets bumped. Beauty. Northeastern 2-0.
What a play from Northeastern here. Flams just putting that one towards net. Pal Peeves realizing it perfect and just getting in that defender's way. A fantastic job from him. And now it's 2-0 Northeastern. And with about a minute gone, this Kentucky team needs to find something in this game number 3, or they're in danger of being swept in this series. What a fake. But it's not going to matter. He can't get past the defense. He might have faked out one, but the other one just backed up and made him flick early and put him into a bad spot.
play for the Skies. Actually, solid pass back to Khan, who now will touch this one through mid. Skies, great follow-up touch. It'll bounce for Matt, and he will score. Kentucky on the board, stopping the bleeding for now. 2-1, 3:37 to go.
Yeah, Skies had that double as well, but Palpine's able to delay it long and not long enough, unfortunately, and Matt able to come in and put that one into the back of the net. And this Kentucky team finally get a goal in what it seems like a long time. I think it's been since the beginning of game number 2 that they last scored, but it's felt a lot longer just with all this Northeastern pressure that they've had over the last, half a game or so. This Northeastern team has really controlled the pace of play.
Doing so again here, keeping the ball in the blue half for an extended period of time. Skies wants to do his best to get it out. He will. Matt was there, nearly got the bump on the Syntax. It will be Flums to win that challenge. Matt keeps it in. Khan pass to Skies. Beautiful play. Can they make it work? Not quite. Just pushed a bit too far as now Matt into the corner. Here's Peeves along the back wall. Skies. And Flums will clear it onward. Now Peeves towards the goal. Matt makes the save. 2:30 left to go. 2-1. Skies all the way down. Syntax can't get there. And it's this time Northeastern falling victim to the long-range clear.
Yeah, just getting caught out of position. Syntax pushed it up a little bit too far. And Skies realizing it and puts a long bomb on net and ties the game at 2 with half the game gone. That's exactly what you want to see if you're on that Kentucky side. But it could show net. Unfortunate going inside. Syntax pushed up a little bit too far again. Just not in a good spot, it seems. Just pushing up a little bit too far and almost getting caught out of position again.
2-2 is where we stand. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Game number 3, Syntax post. Peeves the rebound. Skies will save it away. Now Matt to push it further. Nobody quite able to keep a lead here in game number 3. As we're approaching that territory where next goal could be the game-winning one as Syntax over the top. Does he have a follow-up touch? It's right out in front. Flums will score. Somehow Syntax keeps that ball suspended in midair long enough. And Flums collects his hat trick.
They find a way. Flums able to put that one into the back of the net. A good 50. Syntax a good carry over that last defender. And as you said, keeping that ball suspended in the air long enough for that player to come in. And now Kentucky need to find a goal with a minute and a half left.
Bounce out in front. Solid touch from Matt. Flums has Syntax. Can he put that one home? No, it's just off the post. He nearly had it. Peeves will follow it up. Double touch potential. He scores. Snipes the far post 4-2.
Yeah, and that all leads back to Skies not getting the touch. It's just leaving his defenders in a bad spot. And they both commit and unfortunately unable to do anything with that. As Palpi is able to put that one in on a double tap. And that's the second uncontested double tap they've had in the past 2 games. Just unfortunate lack of defensive ability on the side of Kentucky leading to these 2 goals. And that could be another one.
Nearly found its way home. But Kentucky able to play on. 4-2. Khan in a 2-on-1. Oh, he gets a little bit of a chip. Syntax off his own crossbar, and it will be cleared away. Flums back down. That was a great opportunity for Kentucky to make it a 1-goal game. Skies has to keep that out of the goal. They still fall down in Kentucky. They still need 2. Syntax will win that challenge. 20 seconds left. Off the ceiling of Skies. Has Khan there, but it's too far. Flums. Can he get it out? No, he can't. Matt is still lurking around. It'll be out towards Skies, but it's there. Just able to find that touch. 5 seconds left to go, and with that, that should most certainly do it. Kentucky getting swept by Northeastern, 3 games to none. Solid victory for the boys in orange. Final score, game number 3, yet to be decided. It looks like, and it will be 4-2 at the end. Solid series played by the winners, as you see on your screen right there.
Yeah, they did a really good job on the side of Northeastern. I enjoyed watching them. They did a really good job of just winning these contested challenges, and also making sure that they created good opportunities as well and capitalized on them when they needed to. Just a really good job from them all. Few defensive mistakes, but Kentucky made a lot more mistakes in this series, and it really cost them.
As you could certainly see in that final score screen, a whole lot of shots to a whole little amount of shots in favor of Northeastern. But that's going to do it for our second series of the night. We've got one final one here on our little exhibition night at the C-Star League. We've got OU Crimson versus Iowa State on the other side of a very short break. Please make sure that you keep it here. And while we are on break, go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at C-Star League. Of course, make sure you follow the Twitch channel that you're on right here. If you're not on the Twitch channel, it is twitch.tv/C-Star League, and hit that reminder button, as every Wednesday we've got Rocket League and various other games throughout the week as well. So please make sure you follow those links. We are going to take a short break. We'll be back with one final match of the night in just a minute.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, baby, before you walk away. No, I'm in the war, I'm in the race, chasing the time. I've been meaning to find a way to face that I'm not in a what just every day, trying to keep my head up off the waves, staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push you to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay ahead. I'm saying you got to go.
HyperX is one of the leading pioneers of esports and gaming components and has always been committed to growing the community. CSL is happy to welcome HyperX as our newest sponsor, and their support will level up all of CSL's online and live events in 2020. And again, and we love to give shout outs to our sponsors, of course, HyperX being one of them. Vitaly, I think it's kind of, it's unfortunate with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, with the coronavirus outbreak and everything like that. HyperX has been great for us, and I know that they are continuing to support us as well, even through all of these troubling times. And we just hope that we can get back to those live events soon.
That's the hope, right? I mean, we as much as most of our stuff is online. The biggest things that we love is live events. Whether it be RLCS, CRL, or our CSL land that unfortunately got postponed. Just the things that we love to go to as fans of the game. Unfortunately, with this coronavirus just taken away from us. But hey, you know what? We got some more Rocket League tonight, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far, like we have.
Well, I know I most certainly have been enjoying it. And we, like as you said, we have one final matchup here for the evening. We've got Oklahoma Crimson versus Iowa State. Should be another fun one as teams are here. They are ready to go. Joining up for game number one. We'll go ahead and throw it into all of that action, as it is Iowa State in blue. Brett Corsan and Golf. That was a quick shot on goal, saved away by Corsan. For Oklahoma, Janska, Chris, and Spruik. Interesting names on either side.
Goff and Corsan. Interesting.
It does seem, yeah, it's
It seems like you could switch it to golf and
exactly.
then have Corsan. And then, they're going to shut us up real quick. Hanska going to make it 1-0.
Yeah, this is a solid touch. Spruik off of the ceiling. Janska back of the goal. And, I was going to mention that Iowa State and Oklahoma, two pretty well-known universities throughout the collegiate scene. But these Rocket League squads, they've not really come up on most of the radars too often. Honestly, I think this is my first time watching either of these two teams.
Yeah, this is the first time watching either of these two teams as well. Jessica gonna make another goal in the back of the net. And Brett, instead of challenging that ball, he went back to net on giving Janska too much space. Man, this is just a mouthful. It's not easy to say. He gave him, either way, he gave him too much space, and he allowed him to really have all the time in the world to pick his spot. And at this point, it's 2-0, and just with a minute gone, this Oklahoma team has really started as strong. Certainly
a great performance early on in game one from the orange side, but it is Iowa State's turn now to try to respond. Goff out of the corner. Here's Corsant, has Brett across, nearly found the pass. Chris just getting there in time. Brett tried his absolute hardest to get there, but couldn't quite make it work. As that's a pass from Brett to Goff, back to Brett. Corsant was there as well. It'll be stopped away. Spruick making the save this time, but goodness, Iowa State starting the passing plays working now. Haven't been able to find that angle to put the first one in. They still have 3 minutes. They are down by 2, however. And Oklahoma doing solid work on the defensive side.
Yeah, they really are. They've done fantastic work on the defensive and offensive side early on. That's a shot towards net. That's going to be another one. It's going to go off the crossbar. Corsant, it's going to put it off the post. Just Iowa State can't find anything.
Spruick getting a little greedy there. Nearly had the ball taken away. Put into his own goal as Corsant just off the crossbar again. Goff will still keep it in, and buzzing is Iowa State now. That's down in front. Brett's not going to get there as Janska makes 2 touches to clear. Passes it on to Chris as well, and Spruick. Can he find a pass out towards Janska? Not quite. Corsant getting in his way there. Brett up for it. Chris will take it away from him. Back wall in down now. This is out of the corner. Spruick fires, but he missed it well wide. Janska still there, and it will be Corsant to clear to cross. But a 2-0 game continues. 2 minutes left to go. Game number 1. Oh, great play from Brett. He has a free and open goal, and he will score. Solid individual effort puts Iowa State on the board.
Yeah, really good job here. Just beating that last man. They went up a little bit too far, and Brett realizing that all he needed to do was beat that last man, or beat that man coming at him, and that was everyone. So, good job from him. As you said, an individual effort to get them back in this game. Now they're only down 2-1 with 1:45 left. There's a lot of time. It's a lot more manageable than 2 goals.
It certainly is. So here comes Corsant, one-on-one with Chris. Goff there to help out, and Chris makes the play. Dodges the bump, gets back down to the ball, and that one in transition nearly goes in for Janska, but it will eventually find its way back to the midfield line. Brett looking to harass. Goff is there to win the challenge. Brett trying to follow it up. Great flick across, but Corsant unable to get there, and Iowa State, they're making the plays happen, but the finish is just not there quite yet, but there we go. Finally, 2 goals on the board for Iowa State for time.
Yeah, and just a beautiful pass here from Goff. Spruick not in a good spot. I don't think he was expecting that pass. And Brett reading it faster than Janska. Man, that name is killing me. You know, it might be the easiest name to say on the field, but it really is tripping me up. But it doesn't matter. He gets beat to that ball. I mean, it's all tied at 2. So all the work that they did early on is all for naught. Is Brett going to go off the back wall? Goff is there. It's going to go off the post. Just unable to finish it off. Iowa State almost getting that lead.
Honestly, I think it's just the Canadian accent.
Okay.
Just messing it up there for you, sir.
No, okay. No, it's cool. That's
Ooh,
cool.
Janska's going to get demoed there. Here comes Brett with a little cheeky flick. Trying to get that by. Goff unable to play this one forward. Chris and Corsant will come together. Spruick to Chris. Now Brett off the back wall. That's by Janska. Corsant and Brett not able to find the touch either. Final 15 seconds left to go. The ball down towards Brett. Chris on goal. Janska's there. He pushed it wide. That was the chance. Oklahoma unable to secure it, and we may just be seeing overtime. No time left. Corsant up. Brett, it's still out in front. Spruick, no touch, but it doesn't matter. 2-2 overtime game 1.
Oh, no. Saw that coming, too. I saw it. Just unfortunate. Not able to put it into the back of the net, but here they come again. It's going to go up high. Brett is there. It's going to go up the post again. And so many chances for this Iowa State team. Another pass across. It's going to go off the post. A miss there from Goff. And we stay playing in this overtime.
Spruick, did he get the flipper? Said he did, but he couldn't quite get a follow-up touch on it. Chris will find the dunk. Of course, sand off the ceiling. Janska wants to keep it in. Brett will take it away. Spruick still there. The back wall. Chris to follow. Goff needing two attackers. This could start the transition. Here comes Brett. Has Corsand across the way. Spruick wins the challenge and just puts it off the post. Now Janska up for it and he scores. Oklahoma do it. Game 1 to the orange side. What a final goal.
They steal game 1. I think that's a fair statement for me to say, is that they steal that game. There was so many chances on the side of Iowa State. They really controlled that latter part of the game. I mean, Brett had 8 shots. Like, that is just on his own. He had as many shots as Oklahoma had combined. So just the offensive pressure that Iowa State had, but just unable to finish it off.
Comes down to the finish. We talked about that. Iowa State, they made a whole lot of plays, a lot of great passing, a lot of clean looks as well, but it was just the finish that wasn't quite there. You can make all the opportunities for yourself that you want, but if you're not putting the shot on net, it honestly, it doesn't matter. I mean, how many posts, how many crossbars did we see out of Iowa State? I feel like at least 90% of the shots went off the ironwork there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. There was a ton of just plays where they should have scored, but they never did. And unfortunately, if you're on the side of Iowa State, you can't do anything about. I mean, obviously, there's stuff you can do about it. You got to make sure that you build off of that and actually finish. Brett, you had 8 shots in that game, but you got to find the net a little bit more, my man. It's Janska. You got to put a shot towards the net. What a save from Goff. A bit of desperation early on. This Oklahoma team starting out game number 1 just as quickly as they finished off game number 2 just as quickly as they finished off game number 1.
Here's Goff. Can he get a follow-up touch? He's there for it, but it's not on goal. Of course, Sand will play it out towards Brett. He has room for a second, but he can't get the touch. 30 seconds gone by. Game 2, no score. This is just bouncing down through mid. Janska into the blue half. Of course, Sand will pop it up. Here's Chris. Cleared away by Brett. Goff gets by Janska, but not Spruick. Of course, Sand will send it back. 60 seconds have been played in this second game. Still no score. Oklahoma lead the series 1-0. Oh, great dunk from Corsand. Can he find a pass out in front? It'll get there to Goff. He doesn't find the touch. Spruick springs Chris, but that's just a bit too far. And it will bounce off the end wall. Janska to keep it in. Both teams still eyeing that first goal.
Yeah, they want to get that first goal. A double commit there on the side of Iowa State and a miss. Miss on both sides, but this is going to squirt right out in the middle of the field. Good pass there from Goff, but Chris able to just pull that one to the side. Brett up high. He's going to try to go for a shot towards net. Corsand. It's getting cleared away. That's going to go up the back wall as well. Chris is there. This Iowa State team trying to punish that back wall, but there's nothing there. This back wall defense from this Oklahoma team has been absolutely fantastic.
This will bounce down in front. Spruick and Janska look to push forward. Off the back wall, Goff. Solid touch to clear, but it's only to midfield. Janska again. Off to Brett. Chris one more. He'll follow his own touch. He'll bounce dangerously in front of the blue box, but there was nobody there from Oklahoma to try to put that one home. Good touch from Corsand, and now Chris has to rotate back. He's all alone. Pass over to Brett. He scores. Iowa State find the transition. It's 1-0.
Yeah, just a good play here. Is Corsand going to just dump it off to Brett? Just a fantastic shot. Chris caught in not a great spot on defense. Brett realizing that and just quickly takes the shot, beating that last defender. And they do a good job of going up 1-0 in this game number 2. That's a good 50 in front. Janska gonna beat that last man, and he's gonna tie the game.
Solid play. Spruick winning that challenge. So important. Janska so quick to the ball. Just like that. Things tied at 1 just beyond the half. Almost like the last 2.5 minutes didn't really even matter, as it is 1-1. Game number 2. Here's Chris. That's on goal. That's in the goal. Solid shot from Chris. 2-1 for Oklahoma.
What a banger from Chris. Like, just Brett leaving that man and no one challenging him. No one following up that challenge. And it's 2-1. Just a fantastic placement from Chris. And Iowa State defense breaking down a little bit here. So that's a shot towards it. That one's just going to go in right off the kickoff. Brett getting credit.
Who was the man who took the kickoff as well. Tough play. Spruick didn't get there in time. Doesn't even need any help to find its way in. And just like that, we're back tied yet again. 2-2. 2:06 to go. Game number 2. This will be Corsan to touch it back down. Goff trying to hustle to get there. Spruick. Solid touch to Chris. He's got Janska across the way. Opts to try to play it forward, but Corsan will leave him. The ball will be in mid for the moment. Back and forth we continue to go. Janska for some kind of touch. Will be slowed down in the corner by Corsan. Brett up for it now. Spruick towards the crossbar, cleared away by Corsan. 90 seconds, all that remains. Still knotted at 2. Both teams just trying to find possession, maintain a little bit of sanity on their own half if they can. It has been quite a back and forth match. Brett to Corsan, great cut there by Chris. Oh, he was looking for the second touch. Goff was even in a bit of a tough spot to make that save if he got enough on it. Chris will try yet again. This time it's Brett to cut across, make the touch before he can even get to it. With a minute left to go, we still find ourselves tied at 2.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if you're on the side of Oklahoma, you've done pretty much everything right at this point, and you can't really do anything until that's a great demo. Just as I said, you can't really do anything. They find their own space, they create it on transition, and they take a 1-goal lead.
Janska, great heads-up awareness to find the demo on the defender. I don't even know if the defender had any idea that was coming. Great job from Oklahoma to put themselves in the lead. 35 seconds left to go. Not the greatest clear, and it's in the net. Spruick will collect his first of the game.
Oh, gosh, that is unfortunate. A triple pinch goes into their own net. And just like that, right off of kickoff, they're down by 2 goals, and they look to be down 2-0 in this series. Of course, Sam needed to get a touch on that one, but he couldn't do so. Spruick getting the flip reset, but it's just going to go as far as Brett. But with 15 seconds left, it might not matter, as this Iowa State team just can't find anything.
Final 5 seconds ticking away. Game number 2. Iowa State will fall. This time a bit more of a convincing win, in my opinion, by Oklahoma. But regardless of how convincing the wins were or not, they find themselves with 2 in the W column and none in that loss column. 2-0. And I mean, Iowa State, you got to say they haven't been playing poorly. It's just when it matters, Oklahoma's scoring the goals.
Yep, exactly. When it matters, they're scoring the goals, and that's exactly all you need. Brett has really been that offensive pressure, that player for Iowa State, but unfortunately he can't do it all himself. You got to find something else, and you got to make sure that you don't allow Oklahoma to really box you in, because that's how it's felt. There's been like 1 or 2 chances, especially in that game, 1 or 2 chances for Iowa State they made good on, and then the rest of it was just off the post, or just not even a chance at all. As Goff can't get it in there. Spruick backflipping. But Oklahoma they're capitalizing when they need to, and it's the reason they're up 2-0. This might be a one the other way. It won't be. And that's another good cutoff in midfield. This Oklahoma team just cutting things off at the point of attack, and there's nothing that Iowa State can really do.
Luckily for Iowa State, though, have been no goals scored so far here in game 3. As that's going to bounce down in front. Of course, Sand, they'll send it down as well. Spruick, no problems with the clear. And off him in mid, and the ball will bounce for Chris. Now looking for Spruick, tries to find the deflection on, just a bit wide. Solid minute gone by, game 3, no score. It's going to be Chris off the back while Spruick is there rotating forward. Janska not quite able to make the touch. One-on-one. Sand, oh, he gets the second touch, nearly found it. Well, that's just off the post, and Iowa State can't seem to buy a goal when they need one.
Yeah, and just unfortunate, truly. It just feels like one of those nights, you know? You're doing everything you can. You're doing it all right, but nothing is falling for you. And unfortunately, if you're on the side of Iowa State, it's just been that way for everyone. And that's a misplay, but Sand able to just half flip and get back in time. But it might not matter, as that's a pitch towards net. It's going to be just off. If that went in, I would have been like, man, the Rocket League gods are against Iowa State. What have they done? But fortunately, it doesn't. And we play on. Still 0-0.
Just now able to get out of their zone after that. Of course, Sam will get demoed, and now Janska with some room. Spruick there in support, looks for the pass across for Goff. Just getting a piece of it. We'll keep it away for now. Missed touch there. Janska scores. The ISU defense can't get it done. It's 1-0.
And he lands and drives, and it just happens to go off of him and right into the midfield for Janska. I mean, what can you do? You can't read that. It's just unfortunate, as that ball is just gonna find its way into the midfield and find its way into the back of the net. And with half the game gone, Iowa State down by 1 again.
As you said, halftime has waved us goodbye. Brett just off the crossbar. Goff will hit the bar as well, but it goes off of Spruick and in the goal. We're tied at 1.
You gotta breathe a sigh of relief. You're like, man, finally, something goes our way. That is ridiculous. I mean, Goff gets that touch, it goes off the defender, and then almost bounces out. But it goes off that defender again. And Iowa State can finally breathe a sigh of relief, as they almost couldn't. That goes back through their box. And this touch for Sand. Need to get that through. Janska trying to get it through. That's going to be a shot towards net. It's going to go off post. Iowa State, man, they just so hard to watch. A double commit. It's going to go off the crossbar. And Brett can't finish it off. This Iowa State team can't buy a goal. Finally, they get one, and it's 2-1.
Goodness me. An amazing save by Spruick just moments ago. A bit for naught there, as Iowa State finally put one home after an extended stay in the orange box. And it's a 2-1 game. Can Iowa State hang on to the lead? That has been the question. That'll be the question here in game number 3. This is off the back while Janska's there, but Goff will take it away. Bounces clean through mid. Chris will get there eventually. Over the top of Sand. Janska for the deflection. Doesn't have the double touch. Spruick rebound. Brett will save it away. 2-1 still to go. And at 10. As this one's coming off at the corner. Spruick back wall. Chris is there. So bounce out and Goff will play it. Now Brett. For Sand, a couple of touches, none of them on goal. Goff ends up getting challenged as well. Wasting time now. ISU, 45 seconds left to go, 2-1.
Yeah, that's all they can do at this point. Is that's a good 50 out in front, and Goff will make it 3-1. Finally, things start to go their way, and they start capitalizing. Just a great 50 in front, which leads to a goal.
Goff, right place, right time. The bounce comes right out to him, and it's 3-1. Only 41 seconds left to go. Certainly seems like a game 4 is in the cards here. Don't want to speak too soon. Oklahoma still a chance. They just need to score with a bit of time remaining. They give them one final opportunity. That's a good clear way by Brett. Of course, Sand will demo Chris. Jan's going to keep it in. Now Goff off the sidewalk. Chris is there off the respawn. Back down towards Brett. That's on goal. That's it. Game number 3 heading to ISU. We're going to a 4th game.
Yep, we are. Finally, things start breaking for them as that just goes straight into their net. And we will be going to a game 4 with a, if things hold up, a 4-1 score line. Iowa State really started to capitalize in this game. Really doing a good job at creating a lot of opportunities. That might be a 5th no, as it does hit the ground. But this Iowa State team, they've done a good job of, they did a good job of in that game of creating a lot of opportunities and finally capitalizing on them. As that offense finally broke through.
A whole lot of shots for Iowa State in that game. Much better performance shooting-wise from them as well, and that leads to a victory. We'll see if they can continue that heading into game number 4. But Oklahoma, they have certainly proven themselves to be a team that will not quit even when things look a little bit down for them. As we are just about ready to get into this next one, but a lot of momentum now built up on the blue side. Can they carry this into a game 5 potentially?
I mean, it was even a lot of momentum in game 1 and 2. They did a good job of just creating a lot of offensive opportunities. Just things didn't go their way. Finally, in game 3, things started to go their way on the offensive side, and we'll see how long it takes for Oklahoma to start making adjustments to Spruick back in that dominance, and Vince can make some car switch as well to the Fennec. So see what things they have up their sleeves with these cars.
30 seconds played. Game number 4. Spruick splits the defense. He scores 1-0.
He just finds the smallest of holes, wins the 50, and then right between 2 defenders is really nothing they could do unless they were better positioned. But even at that, that's just a rocket right towards the middle of the net. And unfortunately, if you're on the side of Iowa State, there's not much you can do. A good win on the fake kickoff. Goff gonna punish. He ties the game right back up.
Yeah, this is the second time they've tried that fake kickoff. Of course, Sand reads it, finds the dunk, and that is a layup for Goff. 1-1, 4:15 to go. This is Janska up in the air. Of course, Sand will make the play. Now Chris and Brett has course Sand moving through mid. Minute gone, tied at 1. Spruick underneath Brett. Goff caught out a little bit. Here's Chris to try to win the challenge. Janska's up in the air for it. Goff will make the save. And find the additional clear as well. This is back down. Oh, a bit of a double commit. Janska will help out over the top. Just not quite enough to get it into the blue zone, where now, of course, Sand, he will score. 3:30 left to go. It's a 2-1 game.
Yep, and Chris just not getting the 51 and not landing in a great spot. Almost recovered in time, but unable to do so. And this Iowa State team finally heating up on offense again. getting that lead after giving up that first goal. They've come back in this game number 4, and that's going to be a miss for Janska. But luckily, had Spruick right at the midfield waiting for that miss. Luckily, things didn't work out. And that's an interesting play, but it's going to work on transition as Janska going to 50 that one right in front of Brett. We'll clear that one away. Now Iowa State still having the lead. Brett with a good save.
Janska to turn it around. Chris to collect. Great pass to Janska. He hits the bar. Spruick will score on the rebound. It's 2-2.
Holy, that was a fantastic play. Chris with a beautiful flick. Janska had an open net, but probably didn't expect that to go through. And it was quite hard to get on top of that. Luckily, Spruick is there to put that one into the back of it. And we are tied at 2 with almost half the game gone, but fortunately for both teams, there still is a lot of time in this game, so anything can happen. As Brett puts a shot towards that, but a good save from the Oklahoma defense.
Halftime. We'll say it's goodbyes in game number 4. Great save from Spruick. Keeps us tied up. Trying the Iowa State attacker point blank. Brett nearly gave that ball away, but he does get the back pass towards Goff. This is up for Spruick. Janska pops it up for Chris. This is a kind of a dangerous area to be in if you're Oklahoma. Might be able to make it work as now Goff out in front for Corsan. Solid challenge from Janska. Can they turn this into the goal? No, they missed it wide and nobody gets the rebound. Oklahoma had a wide open net. Now Brett has a chance. Goff is there, won't need the touch. It's 3-2.
Why? Why would you just call it? That is so frustrating to watch. You have an open net on the offensive side, and all you have to do is call it out and say, you know, one of you's got it. But no, they double commit, they bump into each other, and no one has the read, and no one's in spot. And now they're down a goal. They caught Iowa State out, and now they got caught out on their own. And now they have to get another goal back. Down 3-2, and they look dangerous. As Brett almost jumped a little bit too far, but luckily able to recover.
Whoa, that was play towards the net. Golf in the right place, right time. Oklahoma nearly finding a unique way to score. Great touch from Corsan. Wolkoff takes it away, but Brett will score. Goodness me, that had I don't know. This whole play was just kind of crazy to me. I can't believe this eventually goes in for Iowa State.
Yeah, Goff didn't even touch that ball. That ball bounced off weird off that post, but Brett able to put that one away. It all leads back to that double commit on the open net. If they just take the goal, and that's going to be another one. Iowa State, they're going to be forcing game 5 unless this Oklahoma team can find something.
But got 3 goals to score and only a minute to score them. Spruick's got 2. Brett's got a hat trick for Iowa State. We'll see if they can make it work. 50 seconds left to go. Janska. This will fall down in front. Chris gets bumped from Brett, or from behind by Brett. It will be Janska now. Just trying to do what he can to find clears. It's down towards Brett. Chris has to rotate around. Ooh, that shot's just wide. But at this point, the time has ticked away from Oklahoma. They need a couple of quick back-to-back goals to give themselves any kind of chance, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So game number 4 goes the way of Iowa State. We head to a 5th game. Fun way to close out our little exhibition night here on the C-Star League.
Yep, for sure. Unfortunately, I mean, it could have been avoided. Oklahoma There's that open net that I'm going to harp on it a little bit if they lose this series. That's probably the reason that they lost that. Obviously, Iowa came back and they scored, 2 more goals after that. So who knows what would happen. But unfortunately for Oklahoma, you make a mistake and you get caught the other way, and that's what happens. Pardon me. But we go to game 5, and this Iowa State team, after winning games 3 and 4, they have all the momentum in this one, and they are looking primed to take this in a reverse sweep.
Well, here we go. Game 5 underway. Can Iowa State replicate their games 3 and 4 success, or will Oklahoma return to form? Take the series. It was 5 shots for every player from Iowa in the last game. 15 total, of course, that is quite the total there.
Oh!
Poor Sand had an opportunity. Somehow the ball finds its way off the crossbar. Now Spruick down towards Janska. Sharp angle, of course, Sand there. And Goff will bang it on goal. What a laser from Goff. It's 1-0.
That was a pinch between Brett and Goff. That was beautiful. Oh my, what a banger. And Iowa State grab an early 1-0 lead here in game number 5. It's exactly the kind of thing, and they get it right back. Right, a beautiful pinch goal, something we don't see every day. And then kickoff goal that rolls straight into the net, and we are all right back where we started.
That's also something we don't typically see every day either. Jessica just winning that face-off clean. Puts it in the back of the net. Gonna make it a 1-1 game with 4:10 left to go. This is Corsan, back wall. Janska to clear. Now Brett. He can't get by Chris, and it will fall down into the blue side. Janska, does he have an opportunity? He was looking. Oh, Goff nearly put it in. Spruick off the post, and Goff will see to it. That it finds its way back to mid. 3:45 left to go. Game 5. Both teams a couple of posts, and that's been the difference maker so far.
Yeah, it has been. A little bit of nerves. Game 5, you're on stream. You don't want to mess up. That's going to be Spruick towards net. This is going to come straight down. A good read. Not a great touch there from Janska and Brett. And they get beat by Chris. That's going to be just in midfield. This game slowly just turning into this midfield game. What a great dunk there from Goff. This is going to go into the midfield. Off to Brett. A double. He can't put it into the back of the net. Corsan can't beat that man. Goff. Going to put that one up the back wall, but no follow from Corsan as he backs off from Iowa State. Still at 1-1. So that's a shot towards that, but Chris able to make it. And Goff, making a save on Chris.
Again, we approach halftime. This time in game 5, Chris, great save. Turning just in the nick of time to make that one, as now Spruick goes up to make a save of his own. Halftime has been played. What a shot from Janska. Goff has to be ready for that one, as now Spruick looking for a pass across. It'll be sent all the way back downfield. Janska, no follow-up touch. Just bounces out. For Chris will play it forward. Corsan doing what he can. Janska taking it away from Chris. Brett with the challenge. 2 minutes left to go. Iowa State looking for some offense now. This is going to come off the back wall. Chris will get some help from his friends, and they will eventually find their way out of the zone, as this time now Corsan took off again. Solid save from Chris. This will bounce down in front. Still nobody able to crack this code. Spruick solid clear again, and Oklahoma just hanging on, enduring wave after wave of offense from Iowa State.
Yeah, they are hanging on by a thread as that almost got through. As Chris is going to take a shot towards Goff. is there. Play that one out. And Goff really being that player on offense and defense right now for this Iowa State team. It was Brett at times, but it is currently Goff where everyone's pulling their weight. Is this going to be a shot towards net? That almost found its way in, but it's just going to be cleared away. Coarse sand. Gonna stick with it. That's just going to be popped up towards the wall. But again, this Oklahoma team just hanging on by threads. We'll see if they can finally break through, get a goal. If Iowa State's going to find that goal in the last 45.
This is Chris. Sidewalk, course sand takes it away. 35 seconds left to go. Brett eyeing the corner play. It'll be Spruick trying to get it out. Bit of a double commit there. Spruick back on the ball. Can he get a follow-up touch? He can. Gets it around Brett. But course sand will play it back. Final 20 seconds left to go. This is back wall. Goff is there, and it's saved away by Chris. Solid defensive positioning. That looked like the goal for Iowa State. 8 seconds left to go. Double commit there. Can they turn this into an opportunity? Jans goes down. He shoots. It's just high. Goff makes the save. Spruick is there. He fires off the bar. And we're headed to overtime in Game 5.
Oh, man. Just chances at the end of regulation can come back to haunt you. I know that all too well. Goff gonna put that one off the back wall. That's an open net. A miss off the back wall, and Corsan will end the series 9 seconds into Game 5 overtime.
They complete the reverse sweep. OT Game 5. It's Corsan who's the hero. And Iowa State, what a performance to come from behind. Maintain their composure in those final moments of Game 5 before overtime. And they get rewarded with the victory. Well played series to both teams, and a great series for us to end our night on.
Yeah, no, they did a fantastic job in that those last 3 games. There was a couple of missed plays on the side of Oklahoma, but I mean, they capitalized on the chances that they needed to, and they won. They did a good job of just making sure that the Oklahoma team didn't pull away in game number 3. They didn't want to. Obviously, they wanted to come back in this series. Going down 0-2 was never the plan, but they had to win 3 games anyway. And why not win them in a row and make it dramatic?
Well, most certainly was quite a bit of drama there. Again, Game 5 going to OT. 9 seconds in, Corsan potting the game winner. So again, congratulations to Iowa State for winning just a fun little exhibition matchup here. And we, of course, did make the announcement earlier that the playoffs for the C-Star League have been postponed until further notice, until things blow over with everything that is going on involving the coronavirus. And of course, player safety, staff safety is paramount to us here at the C-Star League. So we want to make sure that everybody is safe and sound. But once things are back to normal, we will go ahead and finish up our playoff bid. But that does mean, however, that we will not be on air on Wednesday nights until further notice. But yeah, I mean, until then, Vitaly, it has been so much fun. Again, a great night for us here tonight as well. And certainly, I'm very, very much looking forward to finishing out the playoffs this year.
Yep, I am excited. I can't wait for when we come back, because I know we're going to have some fantastic playoff action. It's unfortunate we went away at this time because the playoffs were just heating up. But hey, you know what? That just makes things all much sweeter when they come to an end later on.
No, absolutely. And again, that is going to do it for us here this evening. Thank you all so very much for watching. A big thank you to everybody who is a part of the production team here for the CSL and everybody behind the scenes as well. We thank them so very much for putting on all of these wonderful performances every night. And of course, make sure you follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at C-Star League. to get those notifications for when we do go live. You're not going to want to miss any collegiate Rocket League action. That's going to do it for us tonight. Hunted and Vitali signing off for you until we will see you very, very soon.